Internet Computer just posted a development activity score of 373, absolutely demolishing the competition. But the price, down 37% in 3 months. NEAR protocols building like crazy, launching AI governance and dropping $20 million development funds, but it's bleeding 19% this week. So what's going on? Are developers building the future while traders are sleeping at the wheel? Or is something bigger brewing beneath the surface? Stay tuned, because what I'm about to show you changes everything. What's up, crypto fam? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I break down the blockchain news that actually matters. No fluff, no clickbait, just raw analysis and a bit of sarcasm to keep things spicy. Before we dive in, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the notification bell because this market moves fast and you don't want to miss the next big play. Alright, let's get into it. So, Santiment just dropped something that's turning heads, their brand new ecosystem dev activity dashboard. This isn't your average GitHub tracker that counts every random commit some intern made at 3 a.m. No, this system filters out the noise and focuses on actual programming progress. We're talking real code, real innovation, real builders grinding in the trenches while influencers argue about dog coins on Twitter. According to their latest report, they've ranked the top 10 AI and big data crypto projects based on legitimate development events over the last 30 days. And let me tell you, the results are fascinating and kind of hilarious when you compare them to current market prices. It's like watching the valedictorian get ignored at prom while everyone's chasing the class clown. But hey, that's crypto for you. Now before I reveal the rankings, let's talk about why this matters. Development activity is the heartbeat of any blockchain project. It's the difference between a ghost chain running on hype and a living ecosystem that's actually building products people will use. But here's where it gets weird. Most of these top-performing projects are currently getting absolutely wrecked in price action. ICP is down 37% in 90 days. NEAR's bleeding 19% this week. Injective, OASIS, Livepeer, they're all on this elite developer list, but their charts look like they fell down a flight of stairs. So what gives? Are we witnessing the biggest disconnect between fundamentals and market sentiment in crypto history? Or are traders seeing something developers aren't? The tension here is real, because if development activity is supposed to predict future adoption and growth, then either the market is completely wrong right now, or these metrics don't tell the whole story. Buckle up, because this gets spicy. Let's break down the rankings. Number 1 with a bullet, Internet Computer, ICP, at a massive development score of 373. This isn't a fluke either. Last month, they hit 423.1. Dfinity's team is clearly putting in serious work, and according to Santiment's data, they're not padding stats with meaningless commits. This is real infrastructure being built. NEAR protocol comes in second with a score of 105, still impressive, but ICP is basically lapping the entire field. Then we've got Injective at 50, OASIS Network at 40, and Livepeer at 39, rounding out the top 5. The bottom half includes iExec RLC at 31, Filecoin at 27, Bittensour at 24, Swarms at 22, and The Graph at 21. Now here's my take. This new filtering system is brilliant. Traditional GitHub metrics are basically popularity contests. Some projects rack up thousands of commits because their community managers are responding to bug reports and emojis in the comments. Santiment's approach separates genuine development activity from general GitHub activity by excluding things like issue tracking and community chatter. This means we're finally getting an apples-to-apples comparison across different organizations. No more unfair advantages for projects that use GitHub as their social media platform versus teams using Discord or Telegram for community engagement. It's about code quality, not comment quantity. And honestly, it's about time someone did this. So why is the market treating ICP like it's radioactive when developers are treating it like the promised land? My theory: retail traders have PTSD from ICP's disastrous launch back in 2021 when it crashed from $700 to dirt. The psychological scars run deep. But institutional players and serious builders, they're looking at the actual technology and infrastructure being developed, and they're clearly impressed. NEAR protocol is another fascinating case study. Down 19% this week despite being second in development activity with a score of 105. But here's what makes NEAR different. They're not just building in silence, they're making strategic announcements that signal serious long-term vision. As reported in recent news, NEAR just introduced AI roles in blockchain governance to simplify operations. That's not some gimmicky integration, that's fundamentally reimagining how decentralized networks can scale decision-making. Injective at number 3 with a score of 50 is also worth noting. They're focused on decentralized finance infrastructure, particularly derivatives trading. While everyone's obsessed with spot trading and meme coins, Injective's building sophisticated financial products that institutions will actually use. The dev activity backs this up. They're consistently shipping updates and improvements. OASIS Network at 40 and Livepeer at 39 complete the top 5, and both represent interesting niches. OASIS focuses on privacy-preserving smart contracts, which will become increasingly important as regulatory scrutiny intensifies. Livepeer's tackling decentralized video infrastructure, think YouTube or Twitch but on blockchain. These aren't sexy narratives right now, but they solve real problems. Here's my honest assessment. Projects ranked 3 through 5 are solid but not spectacular. They're the B+ students who consistently show up and do the work. Will they 100x overnight? Probably not. But will they survive the next bear market and gradually gain adoption? Absolutely. These are the boring but profitable plays that experienced traders accumulate quietly. Now, let's talk about positions 6 through 10 because there are some hidden gems here. iExec RLC at 31 is building decentralized cloud computing, basically AWS or Google Cloud, but permissionless. Filecoin at 27 is the OG decentralized storage protocol, competing with Arweave and others for that data permanence narrative. Bitensor at 24 is particularly interesting to me. It's attempting to create a decentralized machine learning network where AI models can train collaboratively and be monetized directly. If they pull this off, Bitensor could become the protocol layer for the AI revolution. That's a massive if, but the upside is astronomical. Swarms at 22 and the Graph at 21 round out the list. The Graph is well established as blockchain's indexing protocol. Think Google search but for blockchain data. Every major dApp uses the Graph in some capacity. Swarms is newer and more experimental, focusing on multi-agent AI systems. High risk, high reward. My take on this bottom tier: these are your speculative lottery tickets with actual fundamentals. They're not top of mind for most investors, which means they're undervalued if their development efforts pay off. Let's address the massive disconnect between development activity and current prices. According to Santiment's Medium post, development activity numbers indicate the likelihood a project will grow its products and achieve user adoption. Translation: today's builders become tomorrow's market leaders. But markets are forward-looking, right? So why isn't price reflecting this building activity? 3 reasons. First, we're in a broader market correction where everything bleeds together. Second, retail attention is focused elsewhere. AI hype tokens, meme coins, whatever Elon tweeted yesterday. Third, there's a lag between development and real-world adoption that can span months or years. Here's my contrarian view. This disconnect is a gift. When prices and fundamentals diverge this dramatically, smart money accumulates while dumb money panics. The projects building relentlessly during downturns are the ones that explode during the next cycle. ICP, NEAR, and these other top developers aren't going anywhere. They're too deep in the game to quit now. The risk, of course, is that development doesn't translate to adoption. Plenty of technically superior projects have died in obscurity because they couldn't achieve product-market fit or were outmarketed by inferior competitors. That's crypto, but statistically, your odds are better betting on builders than betting on hype. Finally, we have an honest comparison of who's actually building versus who's just appearing busy. For us as investors and analysts, this is gold. We can now identify projects that are quietly grinding versus projects that are loud but unproductive. This is the kind of data that separates informed investors from gamblers. Alright, crypto fam, that's the breakdown on the top 10 AI and big data projects dominating development activity. ICP and NEAR are clearly leading the charge, but don't sleep on the middle and lower tier projects. They might be tomorrow's hidden gems. If you enjoyed this analysis, hit that button, smash the like, and drop a comment telling me which of these projects you think will perform best in the next 6 months. I read every comment, and your insights make this community amazing. Quick reminder before you go, this is not financial advice. I'm sharing my analysis and opinions, but you need to do your own research and make your own decisions. Cryptocurrency is extremely volatile and risky. Only invest what you can afford to lose and never FOMO into anything based on a YouTube video, even mine. Stay smart, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.